Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Rambeard, and today I got a short yet disturbing story for you about two lumberjacks, Shelly and Jared Hamby. Shadowmoon Valley, as peaceful as it gets. As an alliance player, you start setting up your garrison here, and of course, such constructions require plenty of materials. Together with the standard crew, a group of workers joins us in Shadowmoon. Leading the constructions is Barris Alexton, of course. And when we've just laid out the basic walls and a few small buildings, he asks us to do a couple of things. One of them is to check up with Shelly Hamby, who looks over the wood supplies. She's standing just outside the garrison walls with her husband, Jared, and tells us the forest is almost out of wood already. A follow-up report will come and the loggers will set out to gather more wood elsewhere. Fast forward a few days, the garrison is coming along and everyone's busy. A guy called Ken Logging approaches us with a troubled look. Shelly, Jared, and the rest of the lumberjacks have set out to gather wood, but it's been days since they've gone. Ken asks us to go and find out if they're alright, and we set out. Just to the south, we find a lone pack mule, which upon closer inspection certainly belonged to the logging crew. It's standing near the Gloomshade Grove, and we enter it to find out as much as we can. We see peculiar podlings, and one of them stands out in particular. It's a podling called Phlox, who speaks to us in riddles. He says, "You friends was here, now they gone. The clues you seek is by the pond." We continue to the pond and find a sword. It might have belonged to the crew, and Phlox speaks to us again. "You found a weapon a friend might wield. You find more answers in the field." We go to the nearby field to search for more clues. This time we find an alliance shield that probably belonged to the logging party as well. It is punctured with little holes everywhere. Rather peculiar. Phlox is there once again and says, "You found the armor, no friend in reach. You find more clues at the beach." On the beach lie a dead mule and a dead horse, both bleeding from tiny holes, just like the ones in the shield we found earlier. Phlox is there of course and says, "Their mount is dead, they must be saved. Your final clue is in the cave." Seems like solid logic to us of course. Dead mounts mean that men survived, right? Nonetheless, we look for this cave and we find it. We enter to find a rotting stench alongside heaps of skulls and bones and rotting carcasses. In a corner we see Jared Hamby, Shelly's husband, entangled in some sort of vines. Phlox pops up and yells, "Fool, I tricked you from the start. The time is now, I'll swallow your heart." Quite a bit of a plot twist, from petty podling to murderous monster. Jared yells that it's a trap and that we should run, but we take Phlox on. We manage to actually kill him and whatever other podlings show up. We approach Jared. Next to him, placed on top of a pile of skulls, we see another lumberjack, soaked in blood and covered in tiny teeth marks. Jared is almost moaning in pain, but tells us of Shelly. She was not taken here, but to another place in the Gloomshade Grove. He seems determined to survive as the vines retract. He stands up and starts walking, blood dripping from his body. He swears to not let his fellow lumberjacks die and insists we save them. "Save my wife," his last words are as he collapses. His injuries were too much. We race to the other side of the grove and encounter the podling king, King Deathbloom. Without much, we kill the king fast and rush for another pile of bones and bodies. Entangled in vines, we make out the shape of a human female, Shelly. The vines retract as we come near and Shelly seems unhurt. She gets up slowly and asks us if we were able to save her husband. The news is grim and she starts crying. Soon enough, the tears fuel her rage and she yells out that she will kill them all. She has no hope and joins our ranks as a garrison follower, so she can just mindlessly kill. A broken woman, boiling with rage, the grief ever haunting. Goodbye.